Hey there, it's Heike Yates, and welcome back to the Pursue Your Spark podcast. If you are a new listener to the show, then we'd love to welcome you to the show. Pursue Your Spark podcast took off the month of August for you to have a chance to chill out, relax, enjoy your vacation, and catch up on episodes that you might have missed or finish the ones that you started. It is past Labor Day when this episode airs, which means in the United States, summer is, air quotes, officially over, which is not really, but we're looking ahead into the fall. What's going on in our lives? What's going on with the kids? And what do we want to do? And we just started enjoying our holidays and boof, suddenly we are done with our vacation. Now it's time to reclaim our personal space and time as we wrap up summer fun. This isn't about taking a breather. It's about really prioritizing our mental well-being and getting our productivity back on track. In today's episode, we'll discuss the number one thing you must do after summer to find clarity and hit the reclaim button. Plus, I share some tips on getting back to your regular fitness and nutrition routines with simple action steps. So let's dive into our feature episode, From Flip-Flops to Focus, and how to reclaim your fall routine. So first things first, let's plan. You might know that I like to plan things, not to the T, but I want to have a really clear idea of where things are going so I get the result that I want. And if you're thinking about planning a personal retreat day, I just love that name. I've got some simple ideas for you because I'm all about simple. It doesn't have to be complicated, expensive, or even time-consuming. Sometimes just a few hours is all you need to refresh, refocus, and retarget what you want to do. And hey there, it's Heike Yates, and welcome back to the Pursue Your Spark podcast. If you are a new listener to the show, then we'd love to welcome you to the show. Pursue Your Spark podcast took off the month of August for you to have a chance to chill out, relax, enjoy your vacation, and catch up on episodes that you might have missed or finish the ones that you started. It is past Labor Day when this episode airs, which means in the United States, summer is, air quotes, officially over, which is not really, but we're looking ahead into the fall. What's going on in our lives? What's going on with the kids? And what do we want to do? And we just started enjoying our holidays and boof, suddenly we are done with our vacation. Now it's time to reclaim our personal space and time as we wrap up summer fun. This isn't about taking a breather. It's about really prioritizing our mental well-being and getting our productivity back on track. In today's episode, we'll discuss the number one thing you must do after summer to find clarity and hit the reclaim button. Plus, I share some tips on getting back to your regular fitness and nutrition routines with simple action steps. So let's dive into our feature episode, From Flip-Flops to Focus, and how to reclaim your fall routine. If you've been listening to the show, you know that I'm an empty nester. I have kids that are grown, and I'm a grandma to a cute little almost 3-year-old. But when I think back on the days when it was just the kids and me, I had very different summers that many people might imagine, because as a single mom, you don't have a lot of money. And I fortunately found a job where I could bring my kids with me during the summer to the club's summer camps. And because I was a director there, they would let the kids attend tennis camp, swim camp, basketball camp for free. And that was a game changer for me because I could keep working. The kids were right with me at the club, and they had fun with all the classes. They made new friends, and then they spent the other half of the summer with their dad doing whatever they were doing with him. But my summers were a little different. We didn't go on grand vacations. and stayed close to home, but still had a great time hanging out together. But there were a lot of moving parts that had to be coordinated between my ex-husband, the club, the camps, and so forth. So it was not a super relaxing me time. There was none of that. But for many of us, summer is over now, and it's right back to work. Jump in, don't even remember that we had a vacation, or it's, oh my God, I wish we'd be back on vacation. Obligations, the daily routine, getting things done, and even mowing the lawn somehow take priority over what we want. So I want to suggest a personal retreat day. So what exactly is a personal retreat day? Think of them as a dedicated day just for you. No kids, no work, or any other distractions. It's a day of completely unplugging, recharging, and refocusing. You might be thinking, but Heike, I just had a vacation. I relaxed, I traveled, read a ton of books, and I felt so free. And that's all great. But vacations, as I mentioned in my story, often come with their own set of schedules and responsibilities. Whether it's keeping the kids entertained, even if you don't put them in a summer camp and you go to the beach, it's like, hey, Mom, what are we going to do after breakfast? Oh, are we going to go and do surfing today? Oh, Mom, you get the idea. And coordinating with other travel companions could be challenging too if you do a group house with your whole family, getting everybody there, planning trips. It's a lot of stuff that we do for others. We do have a good time, but we don't do a lot for ourselves. On the other hand, a personal retreat day is all about you. It's a chance to take a breath, step back, and reconnect with yourself without any outside demands. The purpose is simple: to give yourself the space to reset mentally, emotionally, and physically. And the benefits are enormous. Taking a day for yourself can help you recharge your energy, clear your mind, refocus on what matters to you. It can improve mental well-being, reduce stress, and boost productivity. Plus, it's a great way to practice self-care and remind yourself that you deserve this time that is just for you. So even if you had a fantastic summer, a personal retreat day might be exactly what you need to transition smoothly into the fall. So let's talk about how we can make this happen, because I can see already an eye roll. Heike, a whole day? Seriously? And how it can positively impact your life and how to get it done. So first things first, let's plan. You might know that I like to plan things, not to the T, but I want to have a really clear idea of where things are going so I get the result that I want. And if you're thinking about planning a personal retreat day, I just love that name. I've got some simple ideas for you because I'm all about simple. It doesn't have to be complicated, expensive, or even time-consuming. Sometimes just a few hours is all you need to refresh, refocus, and retarget what you want to do. And I know I called it the personal retreat day, but I wanted to give you options. So at home, what could you do at home? Find a quiet spot. Find a spot where nobody disturbs you when the kids are out of the house, the husband is at work, or wherever you can fit it in a cozy corner in the living room, or perhaps in your backyard or your deck. Set a schedule. Plan your day with a mix of activities. Don't just think, oh, I'm just going to sit here and stare into nothingness. Have a plan. Start with something like meditation, maybe then following it up with journaling. Then do a bit of reading or stretching exercises. The other thing is too, you might say, I really want to get out of the house. So find a local spot. Look for a peaceful park. or a quiet cafe, anywhere that you can relax and enjoy some solitude. And I'll talk a little bit more later about solitude. So I have a great park right around the corner from my house. I walk out the door, I take a left, and there's this gorgeous park that has a small, tiny playground, a couple of benches. And that's sometimes where you also find me doing my outdoor exercise videos. And it's perfect. Nobody bothers you there. The park is not populated. And it's perfect for what I need, getting out of the house and getting into a different space, which sometimes helps too. And don't forget to pack your essentials. It's just like going on your mini vacation, right? Bring along a journal, a good book, some snacks, something to drink, like water in this case probably is preferable, and dress comfortably. The idea is to be prepared for whatever helps you unwind and recharge. Remember, the key to a successful personal retreat day is making it fit to your needs and schedule. It doesn't have to be, as I said before, an all-day affair. Just carve out a few hours to focus on yourself. You'll be amazed how much better you will feel and how big the difference is in how you feel after that. And like I said, just carve out some time. You deserve it. So go ahead and give yourself permission and give yourself the gift of this personal retreat day. Half an hour, not half an hour, of course, a couple of hours, because you deserve it. So when you say, Heike, I don't really know what to do, you gave me some ideas, but let's think of packing some things for our mini vacation for our mind and soul and body, of course. I started mentioning meditation earlier. So you could start with a guided meditation session. There's tons of apps out there like Headspace or Calm are really good for this. Even just a few minutes can do the work. This gets you in the right headspace. Pick out a couple of books that inspire and relax you. Don't bring workbooks. It could be a novel, a self-help book, or even some poetry, whatever makes you feel good, whatever is your thing. I like murder mysteries. I would bring a murder mystery because that's my thing, and I wouldn't read it. I would listen to it on my Libby app from the library where I get my books for listening for free. And get your creative juices flowing. You could try painting, writing, crafting. You could knit. I mean, the sky is the limit to any activity that gives you joy, that you love doing. It's a great way to express yourself and unwind. Or you could simply say, I pack a little basket or a little backpack with a little food, with a journal, with my headset, with my phone, and I put it all in there, and then I go for a nature walk. I love being out in nature. I love to hike, and it's refreshing, whether it's a stroll in the park or a serious or less serious hike in the woods. It all feels good, and you will feel so much better being out in fresh air, getting some sunshine. It's just wonderful. And do spend some time journaling. Reflect on your thoughts that come up, dreams and goals. It's a powerful way to gain clarity and connect with yourself. If you've never done journaling, I would highly recommend it. I started it a few years ago, and I just write things down as they come to my mind. And when you have a dedicated time where you're not distracted, that's the time to start journaling on your personal retreat day or half day. Incorporate mindful movement. And oftentimes what we think of, but the first thing is yoga, but stretching can do it too. Or you do some standing breathing exercises, or just flailing your arms around because it feels good in big circles. And feel centered, feel connected with the earth if you're outside, and enjoy how that feels. And sometimes you see pictures of women as they look up to the sky and they stretch their arms up to the sky and they breathe and it's smiling and they feel good, and then they stretch their arms all around. Be mindful, pay attention how you feel, how your breath feels, how you perceive your environment. What are you listening to? There is so much that we don't hear when we don't pay attention and are mindful. Now, if you love being in the kitchen, why not cook or create something delicious? It's fun and satisfying way to spend your retreat time. And I know that, for instance, my daughter-in-law, she loves to bake and cook. And baking gives her a great release. She does on the side, she listens to a book, and then she bakes, and she's all in her own little world while she does that. It's really amazing to observe when you're like the little mouse in the corner. You do not disturb, you do not make a noise, and I don't interrupt her. But it's amazing to see the transformation. And put on some music. Like she listens to her book. I listen to a book. Some people put on their favorite podcast. That could be something too, like the Pursue Your Spark podcast. It can be so relaxing and enriching, and it helps you just move forward. Remember, choosing activities that make you feel good and recharge you is the goal. The personal retreat day is all about you. So pick whatever resonates with you the most. All these activities are creating a solitary practice. And I'm leaving a link in the show notes for episode 207, which are the 6 ways to redefine courage in midlife. I'll leave a link in the show notes. I mentioned solitude earlier, and I want to explain what a solitude practice is, or what the meaning of it is. So a solitude practice is intentionally setting aside time to be alone and free from distraction. This isn't about isolating yourself, but rather creating a dedicated space for quiet reflection, relaxation, and personal growth. It can involve different activities, as mentioned earlier: meditation, journaling, walking in nature, or simply sitting quietly with your thoughts. The goal is to disconnect from the hustle and bustle of daily life and reconnect with yourself. So what are the benefits? So let's chat about why this solitude practice is a game changer for us women in midlife. When you carve out time for yourself, you clear the mental clutter. It's like hitting the reset button. You'll find that a bit of solitude can bring you so much peace and balance, and balances your emotions. We all juggle so much: work, family, social commitments. Taking a break helps you manage everything without feeling overwhelmed. And the feeling of feeling overwhelmed, I hear it all the time from many women in midlife. I feel overwhelmed, Heike. There's so much on my plate. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to cut things, and how do I prioritize things? So start with the solitary practice, and what we're talking about of the personal retreat date in this episode. Solitude is a fantastic way to get to know yourself better. That's a tough one. It's a change to reflect on your thoughts and feelings and goals. Because in midlife, we're often at the point where we reevaluate what we want and where we want to head. That's little bit of quiet time helps you tune in to your true desires and make decisions that align with your authentic self. It is tough to be honest with yourself because so much clutter covers up what it is that we want, where we want to go, what do we really want to do, and not focus on outside influence that tells us what to do. And spending time alone can do wonders for your productivity and creativity. Without distraction, you can focus better and think more clearly, whether brainstorming new ideas, planning your next steps for the fall, or simply getting things done. Prioritizing. Solitude gives you the space to tap into your creative side and be more productive. So if you haven't already given yourself permission to enjoy some alone time, now it's time to go. It's not about being antisocial, as I mentioned, it's about nurturing yourself to show up even better for yourself. Trust me, you feel more balanced, aware, and inspired. I know I keep saying that, but I will really want to drive this home. There will be a noticeable change. I can see you rolling your eyes over there, and and I know what you're thinking. This all sounds amazing, Heike, but who has the time for a mini retreat in the middle of a busy schedule? Trust me, I get it. But here are some simple ways that you can incorporate this practice into your day without feeling like another item on your to-do list. Daily quiet time. Even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, and I would push for 15 to 30, but start slow and carve out some quiet, uninterrupted quiet time. Maybe it's the first thing in the morning before the house wakes up or right before bed. It doesn't have to be long, but it can make a huge difference in how you feel. Start small. Find activities that you can do alone and enjoy. Journaling is excellent. Just jotting down a few thoughts can be incredibly freeing. It doesn't have to be a whole journal entry. Or take a solo walk in the neighborhood. Even meditation practices like deep breathing, which I'm a huge fan of the breathing practice that we do through Pilates, or gentle stretching can help you unwind and reconnect with yourself. I talk about this basically on the daily already in all of my posts. Now, what about digital detox? That's a big one. Schedule regular breaks from your devices, maybe during meal times or 1 hour before bed. So during meal times is a big one for me. Don't watch, listen, especially watch something while you eat. It takes away from the enjoyment and mindfulness of your eating practice. Reducing screen time helps you cut down on distractions and enhances your focus. You're more aware. It's amazing how much clarity you can gain when you're not constantly checking your phone, looking for emails. Oh, what's the next message? Or are you scrolling through social media while you're eating? Ooh, that's a no-no for me. I know it's tough to find time in a jam-packed schedule, but these little pockets of solitude can be so refreshing. Give them a try and see how they fit into your day. You deserve a little retreat time, even if it's just a few minutes here and there, being mindful about what you want and your goals. It is tough to find balance in life sometimes. We're so distracted by so many things around us, and there's so little time left for us women since we're trying to please everybody, help everybody, do something for everybody, and we leave ourselves in the lurch and not do anything for us or very little. And so I like the idea of finding balance through reflection. When we take time to reflect, it's like hitting the pause button in our hectic lives. It allows us to step back and really look at what's happening, both the good and the not so good. This process is essential for personal growth because it helps us understand and learn from our experiences. We can identify patterns, recognizing what's working, and figure out what needs to change. But we really have to think about it. Setting new goals becomes much easier when we clearly understand where we are and where we want to go, or what we want from, in this case, the rest of the year. Reflection helps us see the big picture and break down our goals into manageable steps. It's like having a roadmap for the rest of the year. Plus, focusing on the positive aspects in our lives during reflection enhances our gratitude and positivity. And I'm all about positive. I love to see the glass half full instead of half empty. I try to find the positive in every crappy situation. There's got to be something good about this, or maybe it's crappy because something good needs to happen and I need to find that good. So let's talk about the 3 practical tips that might help you with your reflection. If you're thinking of adding a little bit of reflection in your daily routine, I got, of course, some easy and practical tips for you. Reflection doesn't have to be this big, complicated thing. It can be effortless and still make a huge impact. Here are 3 practices that can help you. Gratitude journaling. Yes, every day, take a moment to write down 3 things you're grateful for. This little habit can shift your mindset and help you focus on the positivities or the positives in your life. And the gratitude could be, oh, I got a pedicure today. I cooked the mushrooms perfectly. I love how my hair falls today. Simple. It doesn't have to be grandiose. I'm all about keeping things simple. You know that. The simpler, the better. The more we stick to it. Create a vision board. Grab some magazines, which I know is a little hard these days, or print out images and words that represent your goals and dreams and put them together on a board. It's a fun and creative way to keep your aspirations front and center. And it's super motivating to look at every day. Now, since we don't get any magazines, we don't buy any, I said, heck, I want the vision board, but how could I do this? I use Pinterest. I have my own little Pinterest board and I save all the things that inspire me I see on Pinterest for the things that I want to do in life. So check out Pinterest. Guided self-assessment. Take time to reflect on what you achieved, your challenges, and what you want to improve on. Use prompts like, what did I learn this summer? And what do I want to focus on for this fall? To guide your thoughts. You can start with anything like, what exercises do I love doing this fall? What activities do I want to go forward? What meals do I want to prepare? How do I want to see myself this fall? How do I want to treat myself this fall? So give these a try and see how they work out. Reflecting regularly can help you stay grounded and focus on what matters most. So I would definitely start with a gratitude journal because that really always rings a bell no matter who I talk to. I can't tell you how many times since the summer started, clients have been on vacation, have come back, and I hear it over and over. Heike, I haven't done anything for weeks. All I did was walk. Heike, I didn't do anything but eat and drink and sit around. Heike, I didn't do my regular routine. Heike, I didn't do Pilates. And the list goes on and on and on. And it all comes with an underlying feeling of guilt. Don't feel guilty. You're on vacation. You deserve some time off. You earned it. You wanted it. And you designed it to what it is you want to do. And you chose not to do anything. You chose that it was inconvenient to go to the gym while you were on a cruise or whatever it may be. But own it. Just say, okay, I didn't do diddly squat. Now it's time to get back into the routine because it does feel good to have a routine. You know what days you're working out. You go back to your normal eating routine. And I have some tips for you to get back into your wellness routine. I know the guilt-riddled people are saying, yes, please. It's okay. So let's start with fitness. Ease back into what you know. If you did a 60-minute workout before, try starting with a 30 to 40-minute workout. Ease back into the routine gradually to avoid burnout or injury and thinking, oh my God, this is really hard. I did this before. What a chore. Let's not go there. Go to where you say, okay, I can do 30, 40 minutes and then build on that. Reestablish your schedule. On vacation, you didn't have your set schedule between your hours of work. the hours of extracurricular activities, maybe with the kids. Pick your workout days and stick to them. Super simple. Return to that schedule that you were working out. If you're working out 3 days a week, start with 1, start with 2, then go up to 3. It's critical to stay consistent. That word again, consistency. And having set days helps you get back into a habit. Also, you might find out during your journaling, do your mind work that you're doing on your personal retreat day, that things may shift around a little bit, that you have slightly different priorities. And mix it up. Incorporate a variety of workouts you enjoy, whether it's your favorite Pilates class, strength training, or cardio. Mix things up. It's fun and helps you stay motivated, which leads to consistency. Now let's talk about nutrition. Super simple. Get back to basics. Now it's time to return to your healthy eating habits. Focus on balanced meals with plenty of vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Plan and prep, or prep and plan. Spend some time prepping the meal. Having healthy meals and snacks handy makes it way easier to start getting away from the unhealthy choices that you may have chosen over the holidays, which is fine, but they don't support your health goals. So let's go back to your plan. Plan your meals for the week, and this will help you keep you on track. So all you have to do is plan 1 or 2 meals. The rest will fall in place, because you will find that you have leftovers, and then you maybe grill some chicken and you eat them with a leftover zucchini that you already have grilled. So there's always, don't do too many meals, especially if you're an empty nester. If you still have kids at home, go at it. Mindful eating is number 3. Pay attention to your hunger and fullness cues. Enjoy your meals without that distraction. I talked about it. And take your time eating mindfully. This helps you reconnect with your body's needs and avoid overeating. Because I'm sure during vacation you ate whenever there was food. You ate more, of course, because the food is delicious. You tried new dishes. Go back to your basics and try these 3 tips, or start with 1, like meal planning or just mindful eating. Even though you might have been active on vacation, now it's time to get back to your routine. Getting back into your regular fitness and nutrition habits can be smooth and stress-free if you take it 1 step at a time, baby steps. And I will list another resource for you in the show notes, and that's podcast episode 211, Midlife Mindset Shifts to Strength and Flexibility. So what's the number 1 thing you must do after summer? The number 1 thing you must do after summer to find clarity and hit the reclaim button is with a personal retreat day. This day is all about unplugging from the daily grind and giving yourself the time and space to recharge and refocus. It's a chance to clear your mind, set new goals, and reconnect with your true desires, your dreams. What do you want from life? By taking this uninterrupted time for yourself, you can smoothly transition into the fall, improve your mental well-being, reduce stress, and boost productivity. A personal retreat day is the perfect way to reset mentally, emotionally, and physically, making sure you feel balanced and ready to tackle the rest of the year. I laid it all out for you, and now it's time to take action. Comment the word flip-flops in the subject line and send me an email to heike@heikeyates.com and let me know how this episode resonated with you and what steps did you take on your personal retreat day for this fall. So what's the number 1 thing you must do after summer? The number 1 thing you must do after summer to find clarity and hit the reclaim button is with a personal retreat day. This day is all about unplugging from the daily grind and giving yourself the time and space to recharge and refocus. It's a chance to clear your mind, set new goals, and reconnect with your true desires, your dreams. What do you want from life? By taking this uninterrupted time for yourself, you can smoothly transition into the fall, improve your mental well-being, reduce stress, and boost productivity. A personal retreat day is the perfect way to reset mentally, emotionally, and physically, making sure you feel balanced and ready to tackle the rest of the year. I laid it all out for you, and now it's time to take action. Comment the word flip-flops in the subject line and send me an email to heike@heikeyates.com and let me know how this episode resonated with you and what steps did you take on your personal retreat day for this fall. Thanks for listening into the Pursue Your Spark podcast. I love having you here, and I'm glad we're back. I actually missed you, and I will see you next time on the Pursue Your Spark podcast. Ciao.